to quit having to do the day job, and now I'm just a full-time musician.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jeni Dale Lord with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So, talk to me a little bit about some of your musical heroes and influences.
So they're kind of all over the place, which is a love-hate relationship with me and radio, I guess, because a lot of times I'm told I can't really fit in a particular genre. But growing up, my idol was Reba McEntire. I also love Barbara Streisand, Etta James, who's a huge love of mine, and Ani DeFranco, whose music I was introduced to in college, really just kind of changed the way I thought about songwriting and guitar playing. And so those four women are definitely my biggest influences. And therefore, when I write music, is it rock? Is it country? Is it blues? Is it indie folk? Who knows? It's just me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's Jeni Dale Lord with us today.
That's right. That
She
is my real name. Everybody says, "Where'd you get your name?" I'm always like, "My mom." So
That's not a gimmick name.
it's my
That's your
real
real
name.
name. That's your as the great Jim Cornette would say, that's your God-given Christian name.
Absolutely.
Jeni Dale Lord with us today. So, how do we find you on social media, websites, all these things?
Yeah, I'm on all the stuff. JennyDaleLord.com. I'm on Facebook at JDL Music, although if you type in Jeni Dale Lord, it'll pull it up. Instagram at Jeni Dale. I'm on all the stuff. YouTube, you can find the music all over the place. Radio, your show, all the good stuff.
He is just we've got all sorts of things coming up here in a big broadcast, but right now Jeni Dale Lord joins us here in our program. So, what are your plans for tours or anything coming
So
up?
I don't necessarily have like scheduled tours. I just say have guitar, will travel. So I will drive all the way across the country if it's a good opportunity to do stuff. In the short term, I'm actually taking the week off starting today through next week. But mostly I'll be in Texas the rest of the month. I have some shows in Port Aransas at the end of the month, the Hill Country. I've got St. Louis coming up. I love going over there, and just I'm going to the Josie Music Awards in Nashville in November. Have a tour with my buddy. We're going to East Texas, West Texas, Arkansas, Colorado. So yeah, have guitar will travel is probably the best way that I like to say
That's
it.
awesome. That's awesome. So we've got Jeni Dale Lord with us today. So when are you going to be in St. Louis?
I'll be in St. Louis the last weekend of October. I
Ah,
actually was just there in April, and I loved it so much. I'm like, man, let's go back. So
so where do you play when you're in St. Louis?
so I do a lot of house concerts where people who want to host them invite me to come play, and so I'm scheduled to do some stuff on television as well as play a couple of house concerts out there, which I really love the house concert thing. I mean, I like the bigger venues too, but the thing about the house concerts is it allows you to have a really kind of an up close and personal intimate connection with the audience that you can't really get in a bigger venue. And in smaller intimate shows like that, it just really allows you to create moments that I really love and appreciate. One of my favorite things to do is to get to know the people that come out and see me, and just try to build friendships and relationships with those people. And they it's fulfilling to my soul. I'm a people lover.
That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Jeni Dale Lord is with us here in our big program. So, with your music, talk to us a little bit about your writing process.
So I'm kind of different when it comes to writing, at least as far as talking to my fellow songwriter friends. I kind of have an inspiration for an idea, and I sit down and I write the song from top to finish. My brain is very linear. Like even when I'm practicing, I can't start in the middle of the song. I have to start at the beginning to get to that one part in the middle that I want to focus on. But pretty much, if I haven't written a song in half an hour to an hour, I say it's not meant to be, and I give up and I go do something else. But for me, my writing is very inspirationally based. So it's just usually an emotion or a moment that is screaming to get out of me. I think that's why I started writing when I was little too, because I just had these emotions I didn't know how to deal with or what to do with them yet. And so the easiest way to address those was through writing music. So I've always said it's cheaper than therapy. And as long as you don't count like the gas and the equipment and the guitars, all that stuff, the writing process itself is cheaper than therapy, and it's always been a therapy for me.
That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Jeni Dale Lord join us here on our big broadcast. So talk to us a little bit about some of the different people you've worked with over the years.
So I've had the opportunity to do some really cool duets. My very first major duet was with a fellow named Joe Ely. You probably heard of him, and he's a Lubbock guy too. And it's amazing the amount of talent. I'm in Lubbock. I kind of left that out earlier, but that comes from this particular area in West Texas. And I've been asked a lot why that is, and the best thing I can think of is because there's nothing else to do. We're like 6 hours away from the biggest town that you could find something fun to do in. But so that was really groundbreaking for me. I love to collaborate with other artists. One of my dear friends, Billy Joe Jones, is climbing the charts in Nashville right now, and we've done several things together. Jared Medulla, who's on my latest album, Sonny Salceda, who's a 3-time Latin Grammy winner, and actually participating on America's Got Talent right now, which is so fun. We've all collaborated on duets and such. And then as far as my band members, I have like a rotating door of musicians that I love that have played with bigger artists and smaller artists and all kinds of stuff. So I just try to surround myself with really great musicians and try to learn from all the things that they do and have to share and offer.
Fantastic. Jeni Dale Lord with us today. So if people wanted to find your music, where would be the best spot for them to look your stuff up?
I think it really just depends on where you like to listen to your music. I would recommend Spotify just because as much as I, have a love-hate relationship with Spotify, everybody looks to see how big your numbers are when deciding whether or not they want to bring you on to do different things. So the Spotify numbers really do matter. But it's not the best paying streaming site, so I'm on everything. If you like Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon Music, it's wherever you like to listen to your music. I even still am one of those few people who makes, I don't know if you remember these little silver discs called CDs. I do still create those. I even have vinyl that you can get off of my website or at any of my live shows. I'm not a fan of the digital music. I think the way that you have to compress it and the bit rate and that everything gets recorded, it really does just kind of erase the magic that recorded music makes. And so I might be the last person on earth to print CDs the day that I die, but I will always print CDs or vinyl just because it truly does sound better. So
That's
I
awesome.
recommend listening that way.
That's awesome. Jeni Dale Lord with us today. So talk to me a little bit about some of the different folks that you play with, either in a band setting or what have you.
Yeah, so my regular everyday band consists of a fellow named Aaron Dick, who's my keys player. And something different that we do is we used to have the traditional lead guitar player, but we've kind of let the keys take over the lead instrument, which is really neat, and I think kind of gives us a sound that other acts don't necessarily have. He's phenomenal. Terry Moore is my drummer. Andrew Mason is my usual bass player, but like I said, I rotate people. So I've got a fellow named Jay Saldana who's played with Will Clark Green and Josh Abbott Band and lots of really big Texas acts that plays drums with me. Cale Richardson, who has also played with a lot of big acts and also has his own band. Dustin Garrett, who's a local guy, but is probably one of the best guitar players in the country. I'm just, like I said, I just try to find all the great musicians and bring them in with me whenever I can.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on. We're going to play some of your music. Really appreciate you making time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend. There she goes. That is Jeni Dale Lord with us today here on our big program. And we are going to go to some of her music. And when we come back, we have got more coming up. You are listening to the Sunday Radio Podcast.
Just letting go would probably be so easy. Sometimes it seems we're on different teams completely, but we keep holding on 'cause we once had it strong and true. Keep hoping one day we'll both find a way back to it. But I wake up again in love with you. A cup of coffee lets my feelings brew, and I forget just how you made me blue. Right before you do the things you do. Some said chemistry, I just knew you and me had it, baby. But somewhere down the road, we just watched it go, it seems. Are our best days behind? 'Cause lately I only find them in my dreams. But I wake up again in love with you. A cup of coffee lets my feelings brew. And I forget just how you made me blue. Right before you do the things you do. By the afternoon it floods back in. And I remember how the day will end. With you and me on separate sides of the fence. Until tomorrow I wake up again. Until the Lord has a say, decides it's my soul to take, I will. Long as the sun keeps on rising, I'll open my eyes and still wake up again in love with you. Drink some coffee, let my feelings brew. Forget just how you make me blue. Right before we do the things we do. By the afternoon it floods back in. And I remember how the day will end. With you and me on separate sides of the fence. Until tomorrow I wake up again. It's you and me on separate sides of the fence. Until tomorrow I wake up again.
Get your time back with QuickBooks. Automate your invoices and expenses. And track your cash flow with AI-powered insights. Save 30% of your time per month on average with QuickBooks. Buy now.
Dillon's shoppers get up high quality and down low prices. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
Okay.